Somebody call a doctor because Bad Medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we are getting back to Peaky Blinders. This is season 4, episode 3. This one's called Blackbird, and Tommy, you're in it again. I don't know. Let's hope you can level up, man.
We saw that Aunt Paul is back to her old ways, and I'm definitely ready, willing, and able what she can bring to help even it out in this big battle.
Yeah, we have the introduction of our new baddie, and what a performance put on by Adrian Brody. Can't wait to see where this goes.
I'm just excited to see where the season's going to go. Everything they're throwing at us has been fantastic. Let's see what happens. Let's go!
Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
With more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client.
But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free. Unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company.
So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you.
Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
Oh, strike. That's
Well,
right.
Factory's empty.
I just like when they always walk like that.
They got their sidearms with them.
Come on, just say "and Tom Hardy."
That might be overkill.
All right.
Oh, race day.
Keep going. Yo, where you going?
Bradley, foreman.
All right. You go and see that man over there.
When's your last work here? 1922.
How many have done this type of work before?
They're mostly foremen from down Worcester way, but I'll show them. Hungry men learn fast.
Nice. On you go.
Bringing in our scabs.
Oh boy.
What bastard!
Oh! Holy shit.
Arthur ain't taking no guff.
Arthur!
Boy,
Enough.
Taking his day out on him.
Oh, 10 more!
Oh, he had the clicker. I thought he was getting more race day.
10 more, my man. £2 there for you.
What about security?
Yeah, well, about that. By order of the City of Birmingham Police Department, you and your ugly workforce are now under the protection of the Peaky Blinders.
Yes!
Oh, what a
Peaky f***ing Blinders.
God, love it every time how he delivers it.
Yeah, Paul just nails it every time.
Mr. Gray, it's your mother.
Oh,
her.
that mother.
whoops.
You want me to go away?
Yes.
Oh,
That's, I mean, that's
Just leave
kind of
these.
fair.
You used to love these.
I hope they're not worms in there.
I'm waiting for Paul to come in and there to be some awkward confrontation.
And your dad passed on.
Oh, damn.
He passed on peacefully in our bed.
Oh my God. He missed it.
Oh, come on. I'm expecting Tommy. At least you're here now.
Oh, yeah, Tommy.
Come on, Paul. Tommy's expecting us.
How long since you've had a...
What?
It's been nearly 2 years with me. Over Christmas, I counted it up, so I made a New Year's resolution to change the situation.
Particular in mind?
Jesus.
Just me and someone unsuitable.
Get it, Paul.
Wow, is she just flipping
yeah,
the
she-
switch?
Go get it, Paul.
Someone unsuitable.
Oh, look at this shot.
I'll sit in the front.
She's eyeing these guys up, it seems.
Hey,
I was going to
Said
say
someone
that
unsuitable.
any dude here is probably unsuitable.
uh-oh.
like-
Oh, boy.
Lovely to see you, but I'm late for a meet.
They can wait.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy, what's going to happen here?
It's a
something for
suspiciously
you.
long jacket.
Something
she's
for a
wearing.
loving husband who's been working very hard and is under a great deal of pressure. Something to relieve his stress.
Well, look at you, Quinn.
You want to do this? Here.
Why not? I thought you were the boss.
There it is.
Tell me what to do, boss.
I didn't picture this with
Extraordinary general meeting of the board of the Shelby Company Limited. I'd like to note the absence of the deputy vice president. I'll continue without his presence. Item number 1, the reinstatement. The board welcomes back the former treasurer with generously improved terms and conditions. Due to the exceptionally difficult circumstances the company now finds itself in, proposed treasurer will now check the terms and conditions to see if they are in order.
This is awfully formal, isn't it?
Item number 3, company treasurer. Having read the terms and conditions, lodges a signed contract of employment agreeing to the terms and conditions with the temporary head of accounts. All those in favour of the reinstatement of Mrs. Elizabeth Gray to the position of Shelby Company Limited company treasurer, please raise your hands.
Why, goodness, thank you.
My goodness. Thank
Right,
you.
I declare this extraordinary general meeting.
Extraordinary general meeting.
Now we can talk about the real business. What the f is Arthur?
I think we're going to find out. Yep.
They're brought me to the pint shop.
You deal with it, man. I'm busy.
In this sinful place, there will be temptations. It's my responsibility as your wife to help you resist those temptations by putting myself between you and the devil. In the words of my sinful Catholic mother, keep his balls empty and his belly full.
God rest her soul.
You have to come to the pint shop immediately.
I have to go. Won't be late.
But you are.
All right, he's an hour late. This business directly affects Arthur, but he's not here. So we'll take a vote without him.
What business?
Official business that wasn't on your agenda, Ada.
An informant told us that 6 years ago, Luca Changretta came from New York to Birmingham to be best man at his cousin's wedding.
All right, there it is.
Off they made the photograph for Changretta's, which means chances are they're the men who come to kill us.
We also propose that we give a copy of this photograph to Mr. Abraham Gold.
We need Luca Changretta dead. That's it.
That is it.
All those in favour of giving the photographs to Mr. Gold, raise your hand.
I'm not. Oh, dude, Mr. Gold.
Hey, Mr.
This is
Gold's
gonna be a problem.
Sketchy. Well, now
He's going to be a problem. I'm telling you.
they're gonna have his son be a pro boxer.
Pro boxer,
It'll be
yeah.
fine.
They're going to help it out.
I smelled perfume when I came in here.
Yeah, it was the flowers. All right, that's it.
Who came in here, Michael?
Oh,
The woman that raised him came in here. She has every right to come in here. She bought him apples and she left. We're in the middle of a vendetta and Arthur is missing. We need to find him. This is all temporary.
Yeah, temporary, right.
That's the look of a guy who's like, not now.
that's right up there with no,
Not
I'm
now.
fine. That's pretty much the look.
Holy shit. Oh, God. Do you see his hand taped?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
I wasn't going to eat you, but that wasn't nice.
Oh boy.
Show for that paint. It's gonna be slippery.
It's going to be real slippery.
Oh,
Look at the
the
eyes.
symbolism of him covered in red paint.
Oh, he let him go.
Your revolution. Oh, you miss.
Okay, those are just the.
Oh.
Oh no, who's this? Oh shit. It's not the Italian. Oh.
It sure is.
Well, the plus side is they're on Arthur's turf.
Oh
The
no.
downside is they already seen him.
Terrible shots.
Oh, gotcha.
Turn around, turn around, turn around. At least he's still got. Oh, yep.
Oh! That's the end of that guy. Oh,
Nice.
and that guy.
Look at these two red shirts.
Arthur Shelby, ancora campa. Mandaci un messaggio su Minaggio. Ricino, when you wire Polo, you let him tell the family. He has 4 kids.
Oh, shit.
Don't you two have any other clothes to wear? Huh? Voi camminate lo sto posto piccerino, menate come delinquenti reciterani. You look at me. Huh? I'm here as a lover of theater.
Mi chiamano più, hai capito? Mangiare qui a Gesù, o pezzi e merda, non si può mangiare, fa schifo. Spotted dick. E che fosse, eh? Non mica mangiare, ma che mangiare?
Uh-oh. Not now. Wrong thing to say, pal.
They killed 2 of our men and complain about you, Bali.
Oh boy.
Luca,
Oh yeah, you're done. You shouldn't have went over there.
He's gonna get the iron.
respect.
With respect.
You raised it.
You open your mouth.
Come on.
Open your mouth. Dress like them. You know, talk to me about with respect. Chiudiamo la ca, così ne potete morire tutti per casa. Che ce l'ha a mangiare. Mangiare.
Oh man.
God, Brody is just putting on a clinic, isn't he?
La famiglia Shelby è piena di nemici. Vive nel loro territorio.
Who's it gonna be?
Arthur Shelby killed a silent boxer ring 4 years ago.
Oh, it's coming back.
E per risarcirlo si occupano di lei e dei figli suoi. Se chiama uno dei fratelli, quelli vengono, Luca.
She would do that for us.
Così dice, eh? Luca, la gente di qua, quando si odia per sempre. Ma come secoli.
Yeah, I remember that scene in the bar.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. All these transgressions are
Coming back.
coming back in full force this season.
Anyone seen Arthur?
Oh boy.
Anyone seen Arthur? Hey, in your office, Tom.
If you're not going to show up for a family meeting, you let someone know. I thought you were dead. There's 15 Italians out there.
That is nuts.
13.
It's 13.
Oh,
I just killed 2 of them. Ripped out their hearts and burnt their barns to ash.
Well, okay.
I got cleaned up at Ada's. She told me you took a vote in my absence.
All right, calm down and tell me about the men
You
you
put my job out for contract.
Arthur.
Yeah, well, I'm going to make it my fucking job anyway, because this was all my fault. It was me that shot the old man.
Yeah, out of mercy.
John's dead. He's dead because of me. And I'm going to make it right.
Oh
Arthur, wait.
man. Pure vengeance
How do the men
for
get in the
Arthur.
factory? I need to know.
Through the back door that was supposed to be locked and bolted. Some bastard gave me up. Somebody with keys. Why don't you sit down?
Work it out for yourself. Take a vote.
Take a vote, Tommy.
Wow.
Starting to crumble, Tom. We got to change the game a little bit.
How's Polly? She all right? I mean, it was her idea, wasn't it?
I'll put him to bed.
I knew it.
Looky what we have here.
I knew it.
Because Paul knew he wouldn't go for it.
that meeting. I'd stop me from voting.
Yep.
There we go. I don't want you dead. Polly doesn't want you dead. Let Mr. Gold do the killing for money. It's the modern way, Arthur.
Watch.
Oh, don't do this. Are we going to get extreme here for a minute, just to prove a point?
Now fire it into the fireplace. Please. And we'll go to bed. Do anything you like. Just fire the gun, Arthur.
I want to wake up the kid.
Gosh.
Oh.
It's up, Polly. There are rules. Between a man and a woman.
Oh, my God.
I have to do it. John wants me to do it, Linda. I'm gonna do it.
Man, what a... Thanks to Paul and Linda, now he's on overdrive.
Oh, yeah.
You know, things probably... They all could have had a conversation and tried that first.
Well...
And what probably would not have worked, but...
Was it fear or was it hatred?
Was what fear or hatred?
Zaya.
Oh, boy.
Going right behind him.
One way to get to Glasgow in your pocket. Your wife and kids left 3 days ago. Can I ask you again? Was it fear of the Italians or hatred of us that made you unlock the door? Give up my brother.
I didn't unlock any door.
Probably...
35 Drumcree Street, Parkhead, Glasgow.
Please, please.
We have allegiances with Catholic gangs in that city. Your family are safe only at my discretion. Now, explain to me.
This just got heavy.
Why you were catching a midnight train to Glasgow.
You mean you don't know? I run a factory full of black-leg non-union labour. I live in a street full of men laid off or on strike.
And they photograph Mr. Devlin and tell me who the men that contacted you.
You listen to me. I get spat at, windows smashed, petrol on the curtains. But for fear of you, I clock in every morning. And today, 2 men are shot and burnt on my shift. And you ask me why I'm getting on the midnight train to Glasgow.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
Who else has keys to that door?
They hang on a hook inside my office. Today, I left the office unlocked.
Why?
Because I forgot. Because I left in a hurry. Because there were men trying to set fire to the factory.
You didn't get that part, did you?
Mr. Shelby, may I tell you something? You have a lot of enemies. Communists. Italians. Before the factory came out on strike, I heard word that 2 Italians attended a Communist Party meeting in Stetchford. They hardly spoke English. Now, if they got a party man into the factory, it might have been him that unlocked the door for them. Mr. Shelby, my train leaves at 12. It's just gone 11. I could still make it. Please, for my kids.
You guys think he's telling the truth?
I think so.
I need you here. Zaya, get 3 of our men with police badges to watch Mr. Devlin's house.
Mr. Shelby, please.
Our friends in Glasgow will take care of your family.
Before you, I was an ordinary working man.
Yeah, and now you're one of us.
You're
not even my choice.
You're a Peaky Blinder now.
It's like, at what point does the money even matter?
Oh, boy. Now, her story so far in this has been pretty interesting.
Blackbird singing
there's the title.
right outside my door.
Oh, boy.
Who is it?
Tommy Shelby.
Should I be worried?
Is this union business?
Yes,
So conduct it in the proper place at the proper time.
I've come to make an approved offer.
He's going to make the workers love him. He's going to give them big raises.
And we'll see. It'd be the smart move right now with his problem with the
Music.
Italians.
What's your improved offer?
Don't you
get a drink?
No.
Absolutely not, Tommy.
Have you ever seen any of the men in this photograph before?
What?
You're a member of the Stitchford Communist Party. I'm told 2 Italian men attended a meeting recently. Can you see? Either of the men in this picture as the Small Heath coordinator for the organisation of the maintenance of supplies. I have also been sworn in as a special. We have reason to believe that outside agitators from overseas are attempting to foment trouble in our factories in advance of a general strike, which could take place at any moment. It's a matter of national security.
Now look at your badge. Would you like to drink, Constable?
Whiskey. Actually, a sergeant.
They have beer, times are hard. How long has it been since you've had a bottle of M&B bitter? Help yourself.
Oh, man.
How's it? When this business began, I did some research on you. Turns out I know someone who used to know you very well. Kitty Gerossi. You were in love with Kitty's sister, Greta Gerossi, before the war. Do you remember Greta Gerossi? Parents were Italian. Greta died at the age of 19 of consumption.
Ugh.
And Kitty said you were at her bedside for 3 months, every day, holding her hand. She said in those days you believed in things, justice, fairness.
Did you always like to tell tall tales? I've also done my research. Your sweetheart was at Passchendaele. When I came back, he was listed among the shell-shocked. Blew his own foot brains out.
Every time she tries to one-up him, he has something else.
Yeah.
Don't know any men in photo.
Did she even look?
Robin looked.
Take that answer.
He came into my factory and tried to kill my brother. I believe a Stitchford Communist Party member let him in. I was wondering if he might be able to help me in my investigations.
She said next time I see you, before we start fighting, I should send you her love from the good old days and give you this. Greta Gerossi and Tommy Shelby.
Look at that.
And another one-up.
Recognise the boy in the photograph?
Oh, nice.
Please, I do. Apologies for interrupting your dance.
That was just to get in the door.
Apparently so.
Yeah, I really thought something bad was going to happen there, like with the Italians kind of showing up, because he really shouldn't be alone.
No.
But I know, again, he's the last one, but still.
1913.
I wish I was can be. Tell
You know, it's crazy that Linda thinks she has to do this in order to get
Yeah, to distract them and keep them out of the
what
life.
she wants.
Listen to the sweet voice of Jesus.
Oh boy, we're coming back to her. I thought that was the last shot.
Yeah.
Just gonna look at that photo, and they're gonna give us a nice tight shot of 2 of the faces.
Or
She's gonna burn it. Wow, I'm batting 0 tonight, gentlemen.
That speaks
that's
volumes.
very telling. Yeah.
Speaks volumes.
Is he gonna fire the bullet to get rid of it?
He can't do it.
Down from Arthur's house.
We fired the bullet.
Linda. She says, but more than white soap.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. It's all right, brother.
That had to take everything Arthur had.
God spoke to him, not me.
Oh wow! Even Tommy even giving a little kudos to Linda.
Well, of course, Paul and Tom.
He heard the gunshot and he assumed the worst.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing here?
On Mondays, I do the infantry.
Well, It's my job now. And there's going to be nobody dipping their hand with me here. Not unless they want it cut off.
Paul is on fire. Oh, boy.
To Arthur, while I'm in this place, I want something to keep my mind busy.
What, you're going to take bets?
I've always been able to do addition and subtraction without pen and paper, but I'll need a telephone. Apparently we have special clients who take bets by telephone.
Linda.
Arthur said yes. Tommy said yes.
But did God say yes? Gambling is a sin, Linda.
It's not me that's doing the gambling.
It's true. She's just she's
Found the loophole.
See Paul's reaction.
Little workaround there.
Remember, she did show the math to Tommy in that one-on-one
Yeah.
they had.
That door should always remain locked until 9 a.m.
Right, boy, where are you going?
Well, Arthur's not coming in today. He's taking the day off. So today, Tommy said that I'm in charge.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what he said.
All right, sweetheart.
I thought she was gonna hit him with it.
Ladies, let's give our boss a first day that he'll never forget.
Oh, young man's in for it.
Oh, God.
Sending Finn to the shop was a mistake. We already found out he's a virgin and are arranging a girl for him this afternoon.
Oh, Linda was there.
Will he do?
She is. She loved the idea. She even swears now. Fuck. Sounds funny coming from her. Well, he says in the end we all turn into our mother.
Keep an eye on her.
The whore watching the Madonna.
Does Finn know what they have planned? May they have someone?
Yes, the girl I used to work with.
Oh, Jesus.
Is she nice?
No. She's from Aston. They're paying her out a petty cash.
Right, well, call them.
Jesus.
Tell them to pay extra. Get someone nice.
Nice women don't do that sort of thing.
What about you?
Where are we going?
Somewhere I've not been in a long time.
Man, this just does not stop. It's one thing after another after another.
Tommy, I'm freezing here.
I used to come here. She waited for hours for me, and I couldn't make it.
Oh, just remembering the good old days.
Greta.
And her family kept her in.
Rallied them.
Some girl before France. I've been back here since.
Jesus, put that out. You're gonna start a fire with all that hay.
It's wet outside.
Well, little,
I wanted to come here with you.
not right there. Oh boy.
Thought that was off limits now, Tommy.
I don't know if I want these two being involved anymore because I feel like Lizzie could become a target.
To increase non-taxable charitable contributions to local charities by 25%. I'm going to build 2 new institutes for destitute children, one in Saltley, one in Digbeth.
Get the people to love you.
Because I promised someone I'd change the world.
Mm.
And she looked after you.
Oh, I thought they were okay.
I don't want it like that ever again, Tom. Not when they don't even want to do it. Except for the money.
Everything is for the money, Finn.
Yeah, I know. She said, be a man.
Why are you a man?
Yeah. And I apologised to her because she just looked so tired.
Sit down, Finn.
God damn, putting this young man through that kind of shit.
There's an empty space here to be filled. Do you understand? So, be a man.
Okay, Tom.
Wow.
We're gonna start seeing a bigger role out of Finn here, I guess.
Yeah. You see Finn not liking the life, maybe?
I think he had one thing in mind versus actually what happened.
Yeah.
You know? But good for him for wanting something different.
Paul's looking for her. How did she refer to it?
Unsuitable.
Unsuitable.
Women alone are not allowed at the bar. Will someone be joining you?
What do you think?
Oh,
come on.
I told you, it looked like that place was full of Italians.
So,
The boy in the hospital's out of bounds, and I'll ask you to spare Finn and Arthur.
What the f is happening here?
She's going to give him Tommy?
No, she's going to give him herself.
Tommy Shelby.
Some people don't forget grudges.
my mother knew your mother.
Did she tell you that John and Arthur spared her life when Tommy wanted her dead?
Yeah, and now she's giving me the information about you people.
Oh, see?
Tommy Shelby was right.
That's what happens. No loose ends.
My mother used to say this about you. She said that Polly Gray, that child would never let go of agreements. And she loves to dance. Want to dance?
This situation is
They don't dance anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame.
No matter how pissed Polly is at Tommy,
Dancing with me.
I just can't see her turning her back on family. I mean,
She
clearly I could
blames
be
Tommy
wrong.
for everything, and she holds a grudge.
That doesn't mean, though, she would turn her back on family.
No, folks.
At least that's how I
We're
feel.
gonna take a poll here. Who thinks it's a work, and who thinks she
I think
really
she's.
wants
I think
Tommy
this is
out?
part of the plan.
I
You
think
let
it's
us know
work. I think
what
it's
you
work.
thought. Obviously, we don't
What'd
want any
what'd you
spoilers.
think? Yeah, no spoilers. But what you thought at
Yeah.
the time too? Like, do you think this was a play, or were you like, oh shit, what is Paul doing?
I could see her. I mean, the anger and the vengeance she had when everybody got locked up and they were about to hang because of all of Tommy's plans, and because of what happened to Michael on multiple occasions. I can see her holding the grudge and thinking, well, the problem here is Tommy. All this goes away. If Tommy goes away, then we can have a legit business, so to speak, probably.
Dude, how many times have her and Ada, though, have said, you're a Shelby?
Yeah.
You know? So even if Tommy's out of the picture, does it really end for the Shelbys?
Well, that's the thing. Would the Italians keep their word? Would all their other enemies, like the gentleman in the factory told Tommy, would they lay off? The Shelbys have a lot of enemies.
Well, remember, right now they're working on this honor system from the last episode when he said, no children, no wives, or whatever. They're working on an honor system, so apparently both parties
the
are...
wives were on the table.
Well, however they said that last
like
one.
no,
Don't quote that.
Yeah,
but
no police,
no children and no
kids.
civilians is
No
what
civilians.
Yeah, whatever
they
that
said
was.
no civilians and no children.
They're working on an
Something
honor
with
system.
police.
Yeah, but
That
yeah,
is
to
what I'm
your
saying.
point.
Well, no police and don't get them involved. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, what an episode. I mean, there's so many different ways. I mean, you folks were watching this. You probably, maybe you did, maybe you didn't get tired of our guessing as to what was going to happen. But the show is so good. That's what it makes you do. You're just thinking, oh God, what's going to happen? Is he going to burn the picture? Is he going to give the workers raises to try to build morale, to try to at least gain favor with at least the workers in the factory? There's so many different things that I thought were going to happen. That whole meeting with Jesse, I thought that was going to go way different. I had no idea that we were going to get an entire backstory on Tommy and who he was before he went to France, which set us down a whole nother route. The union
rep.
Oh, the union rep. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Jesse Eden.
Yeah, so that's
how I know her by. I'm sorry.
A whole nother route that I didn't think we were going to go. And it even led us to a tunnel where Diamond Dave was afraid the haystacks were going to catch fire, but I'll let it go.
He flicks a cigarette right on the damn thing almost.
All that rock
Just a
catch on
callback
fire.
to the old days of the tires on the old.
Yeah, exactly.
But
what an episode. They are so in it, and it's such an interesting enemy for Tommy because yes, Luca's coming for him, but he's coming for him in such a different way than Tommy's had before. It almost seems like before Tommy's enemies were kind of always like right up in his face, right in front of him. It feels like Luca's
or he'd go in front of him.
Yeah, it seems like Luca is just kind of everywhere, and you never know when or where it's going to happen. Arthur came out ahead with the two guys that tried to take him out. And again, the journey that Arthur's been on just this episode. I mean, let's the whole season, the whole series, of course, his journey. But man, this episode was heavy duty. The Linda and Polly kind of teaming up with some ideas to sideline Arthur so that Gold could be the one to make the hit if he gets around to it or gets the opportunity. Man, there was so much going on in this episode. And if there was any episodes in my kind of recent memory here that I think would deserve a rewatch, I think it would be this one, just because, look, Peaky Blinders always has amazing writing, always has a lot of storylines going on, but this one I felt would be a real fun rewatch to kind of go back and pick out everything that was going to happen. The Gentleman in the Factory, I don't know, for some reason I really liked that scene. That one kind of stood out to me almost as like, here's a common guy just setting Tommy straight for a second and just telling him kind of how it is in a way that I don't think Tommy's used to hearing, not even from his family. I mean, who tells Tommy stuff straight other than his enemies? I mean, maybe, and Paul kind of does, but there's still, you're still kind of family. So I just really enjoyed that scene, how the guy just laid it out to him. He's like, yeah, I'm getting out of here because this place is a war zone and I'm trying to survive and get out of here. And it's like, Tommy gives him some money. I mean, what's it matter if you're not around to spend it? So,
hey, real quick, in this photo, these two ladies look like Miss Eden.
The one on the right does. The one to
I'm not
the
saying
groom's,
it's her, but
like
like
the groom's
relative,
right,
sister, aunt,
could
mom.
Yeah.
I don't know, but those two ladies, especially this one right here, looks damn near family-ish.
Yeah,
to
that's what
Eden.
That's what I'm saying, man. This episode I really felt would deserve a rewatch. But yeah, awesome as always. The ton of one-on-one acting, that was great. And with the scene, the last thing I'll touch on is the scene with Aunt Paul and Luca at the bar. We've kind of said it before in this series. In this life, in this business, you're either all in or you're all out. It's been said before on another show, there's no half measures. Turns out Tommy would have been right to just take out everybody, and then the information wouldn't have got back to Luca. So it's an ugly, ugly business, but if you want to be in it, that's what it takes. Because if you're not willing to go over that line, somebody else will. And I think clearly Luca will do just about anything.
Yeah, once again, it was great that they waited until the end of the episode to bring in Luca again and have the one-on-one. Last time it was with Tommy. This time it was with on Paul. And I love the fact that he was like saying, Tommy was going to do it right. He would have taken out my mother. But it was John and Arthur that spared your mother. Yeah. And now she's given me the information, all the information that I need on Shelby and the rest of the Peaky Blinders. So, like, there's a little bit of respect there, but you know that we still got to take him out. This is how he feels. But then, this whole episode, once again, awesome. But, like, Arthur has just been on a roller coaster and, like, every episode, you just don't know what are they going to do next to him. This one, he's having race day, having fun in the office, then getting paint put on him, and then having to take two guys out and then burn their freaking bodies and be mad about missing the vote. And then he fires off the bullet with Luca's name on it because, he wanted to still do it. But I also agree with how Tommy's approaching it, that, hey, whoever does it, they do it. We just need to take them out. And what you've touched on too with the enemies is, like with Luca, usually every other enemy that he's taken out the past couple seasons, he's somewhat worked with them somehow during that season. Like they working on the racetrack together, then undermining him and going to take him out in the end. Campbell worked with him a little bit to help him with stuff until he wasn't where Campbell didn't need him anymore and was going to take him out. As the same thing goes there. So this is where it's really interesting, where it's just two guys butting heads, and it just seems like Luca has all the information he needs, and then he's got to know Miss Eden, and then how she comes into play, knowing all of Tommy's past. Because I thought it was really telling too when she's like, "You were a sweet man before you went to before you went to war.
Yeah,
you're a sweet boy," and he even goes, "None of us came back," and it was very telling. And then what happened to her boyfriend that went to war and came back and had shell shock, which was a big thing. We saw it
with Danny Wisbech.
Yeah, with Danny, with how it affected him in the first season. So I love how like they've been taking pieces from everywhere and just using them throughout the whole series. It's been so great. And like I love too one of his Italian henchmen is like, I can't eat this food. This is I can't do it. Look at my clothes don't even fit. I can't even eat. So there at least is some levity in there. And then the speech, and finally with this, the speech to Finn telling him to be a man, because it's going to be real important, real vital, because shit is getting thick right now, like real quick, and Finn is at that age that he is more of a target more than ever, I would think.
Yeah, no more kids
obviously
stuff.
Yeah, he's I want to say he's in his early 20s because he's still younger than John Boy, and John got taken out, so he's got to be ready for anything as well, because he's fair game.
Oh, Adrian Brody is just delivering these performances, and I know some of these guys haven't seen the Godfather films, but you guys, those of you who have seen the Godfather, you had to have watched this and thought, like, I don't know, part of me is like, what should we use for inspiration for this character? And like, how about like, think Marlon Brando, and that's the vibes I'm getting here, especially when he does of course, the Italian thing. But wow, I'm just so taken back. And if I'm being honest, I haven't really seen a lot of Adrian Brody's work.
Oh, same.
And so, of course, a huge celebrity, so I'm familiar with who he is, and I've seen, him promoted of being in, obviously some pretty significant pieces, but I think this is the first time I've seen him like really just go full in on this type of role.
Predators,
and
I know him.
Yeah, he was great from that, and I'm so impressed by his delivery, and it just, of course, he brings up Predators. It just goes to show just the A+ casting that they've done on this particular series, and it just feels like everybody they've gotten to play these roles has fit so perfectly, and sometimes in situations where you might not think that they would have fit those roles. I mean, who would ever thought that Campbell would have been a bad guy? We love the guy, he's a paleontologist, I mean, come on. But another great episode. I'm really loving the cat and mouse game that we are getting with Luca and the Shelby family, and I find it so interesting that with Arthur, there was this essentially an ambush at the factory, but now with Tommy and with Paul, he just casually strolls up. Yeah, come here, I got you anytime I want. It's like a mind game. And it was interesting with Paul because he knew who she was. What are the odds that he just showed up someplace she was at, and the fact that he didn't take any action, just reminded her that, hey, I know what's going on. I'm one step ahead, and I'm very conflicted. Usually when we get these kind of stories delivered to us, I kind of draw my line in the sand and dig my heels in and say, this is what I think is happening. And I honestly cannot tell if Paul is setting up Luca, and that's her way of playing the cat and mouse game. Like, okay, if you're going to play this game, watch, I'm Aunt Paul, I'm clever, I'll play it even better. Or if she is very much holding grudges. She made it very clear a long time ago that if Michael got involved in
anything
this,
happened to Michael,
that was going to be bad. And in this episode, we saw, albeit a pretty short clip, she was mad that the woman who raised Michael came there. And then, of course, Michael called her Paul, and so there's some tension there. And I'm wondering if she doesn't think that this entire family is going to be better off if Tommy is gone. And if that's a sacrifice she has to make to save everybody in the family, put this behind them. And I got to imagine she thinks if she can put this behind them, then moving forward, maybe they can go legit. Because let's take a look at the last... I mean, we're going to label it as the last couple seasons, but how about their lives over the last 5 or 6 years? They've had the IRA, they've had the priests, they've had all sorts of enemies, and
prison.
But in prison, they almost met their demise in prison. And all of it, I shouldn't say all of it, but a lot of it is because of the decision making of Tommy. So I'm really, really torn. I can't make up my mind whether I think Paul is setting him up or if she really thinks that that is a sacrifice that needs to be made. So another incredible episode. Again, the writing, the acting, the cinematography, everything in this particular episode, top notch, A+. They just continue to deliver over and over every single episode. I don't think I've seen an episode where there is a second of film that didn't need to be in there. And again, the performances, just incredible all the way around.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by Arthur and Linda. It's interesting how one could probably look at Linda and say it's a bummer that she has to go that extra mile to do this, to get Arthur to essentially come step back.
Him almost.
Yeah, step back.
Yeah.
Basically that's what that whole thing was, is you need to step off, let Mr. Gold do the killing for the money. The mental state of Arthur has always been,
fragile,
a roller coaster ride, right? So I feel bad for him because he lost. Tommy and him lost John in episode 1, right? I don't see how. Well, with Linda, maybe there's that one chance where this is the one time, especially for his brother's death, that he will put aside his vengeance and anger for the greater good of the Shelbys, I want to say, because obviously a lot of their transgressions are another subject for another day. But here, for him to spend the bullet, basically for now saying, I'm out, is very interesting. It's, again, the whole dynamic of Linda stepping up to this plan that it seems like Paul and Tommy had a hand in doing because they seem to know him best. I want to assume that Linda probably said, no, I shouldn't do this, but then Linda probably saw the greater good that could come from it, which then swing into first day at work.
Yeah, he's taking bets.
So we're starting to see a little bit more from Linda.
I'm not
where
the
it's
one
like,
gambling.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Where she is, at least for me, one way, but now we're starting to see her like, well, it's not me, it's them, but I'm just here to help, kind of with you guys, not the better. But their whole dynamic has just been a wild ride so far, because sometimes when she comes on, I just naturally want to think, oh, she's doing some kind of turn. Not because it's Linda and she's a wife of Arthur, trying to get him out of the stuff, but it's like, did she make a deal with somebody because she wants Arthur out of there? Is it really going to screw everyone up? But no, she's just honestly trying to do literally anything and everything to pull Arthur out of this hole, so to speak. But I don't know if anyone's really going to survive mostly out of this. I know we got 2 more seasons, but I don't know who lives, who dies, because the Luca has a pretty strong presence, and we are playing a very methodical long game of the Italians versus the Shelbys right now, which I find also interesting, because it feels like if Luca has all this, how come he's not pressing even harder?
If he just wanted to go scorched earth, he totally could.
Right. And I know, again, going back to the boardroom meeting, he made it sound like it's going to be systematic.
Right.
Because I want you to suffer, Tommy. 100% get that. But I figure, man of vengeance. But they've been throwing us for left and rights here because they're working on an honor system. At least that's what I think. And then the way that Tommy and Paul kind of freelance a little bit. Arthur was freelancing a little bit, but the back door was open. He took care of those two. So I want to say, is the official count at 13? Because that's what it kind of sounds like, right? That there were 15 guys, now it's 13. So that's interesting. Paul, she's letting it rip. Now it basically, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing my thing. And that's the way it's going to be. I do, however, want to say to what you guys were saying, I think despite all the anger that she has for Tommy, I just don't think she would do this to turn her back on family. I feel like she will handle it her way, not through an Italian way for Tommy. That's how I believe Aunt Paul works. And right there, that last line, I'm taking it as kind of like when she says, I don't dance anymore. I feel like you could take that multiple ways. I did. And that right there kind of solidified for me I'll handle Tommy, but we're going to get you kind of thing.
Yeah, but
that's not what it meant there, but that's kind of how it expanded for like metaphors.
It was
and
interesting that Luca said, well, you're dancing with me, whether you want to or not. And what Luca wanted was to see Tommy suffer. If he
so
just
that's the
takes
whole
him
point
out
of it.
and does what Aunt Paul wants, well, he doesn't get what he wants. So why does he care what Aunt Paul's offering? Aside from the connections they had, being kids or whatever with their moms. So that'll be interesting to see. Does Luca even care?
Or
I don't
is
think
this just a plan that Paulie's doing that Tommy doesn't know about?
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Do you guys feel like maybe Linda's getting involved with the business side of things? Almost, this is kind of maybe a little bit of a stretch, but I wonder if she wants Arthur out so bad. I wonder if she starts getting involved in it, and Arthur's like, well, you can't be involved in this. You can't be involved in this. And then it almost motivates him to get the two of them out of there together. You know,
She's trying
You know
to
what
get
I'm
them
saying?
out.
She wants him out, and it's like
She wants
this
what's
is-
best.
I want, she wants Arthur out. Well, maybe if she gets involved, Arthur will be like, well, you can't be involved in this.
is too dangerous for you,
This
you
is
know.
too dangerous for you. Okay, well, that coin, that's how it is on both sides of the coin. Let the two of us get out of it together. Maybe he takes a look at it different, because it's always like,
Well, they had to do something with her, right? Because
Yeah.
she couldn't just be the same character
Yeah.
where she's like, Arthur, you shouldn't do that. We need to leave. And just doing the same thing over
But it
and over.
also adds to Arthur's.
She had to level up in some way.
They've shown her as being somewhat manipulative already in the show. So now her just doing this, it's to a different degree and a different angle that she's going at being manipulative.
But I could see that.
they
But
really
yes,
went with
that is a very good
They
point,
really went with some interesting curveballs for this particular episode, and I don't know. Like I said, part of me is with Diamond Dave. I just can't believe that that Paul would sell out Tommy like that. But I do believe that she would want to plan it her own way and think like, look, I'm back in. I committed to be back in. Let me handle stuff my way. And she's got this, fuck it attitude. But on the same time, that history is there with Tommy, and Michael almost lost his life, and she did say it.
Well,
She did.
Tommy's
She
going to
did
be
say
pissed when he finds out.
But also with this, it could be her planting a seed and Luca saying, "Oh, is there cracks in the wall of the Shelby?"
Yeah, make Luca doubt.
Make him, make him think. All right, we got some.
Make him think you're weak when you're
Divide.
strong.
But
Exactly.
here's on the flip side of it, the one interesting thing that I found about Luca and Paul's conversation is there was some common ground there. Our mothers were friends. My mom taught your mom to write, and she said, this and this. And I'm almost wondering if Luca doesn't come back and say, you know what, I'm going to take out your entire family because that is the vengeance I want. And then he starts realizing, well, geez, like maybe this isn't the way this needs to be done. Like maybe you're not that bad of a person. And look, she made a point to say, look, John and Arthur let your mom go when Tommy told him not to. And I think I'm wondering if Luca is second guessing as to whether the whole family needs to go or if it's just take out Tommy, cut off the head of the snake.
Yeah, see, I don't think so, because they made a point of Lucas saying that one of the hitmen that got taken out had 4 kids, and they made a point to show that weighed heavy on him. I think he wants the whole family
Well,
out,
okay,
and I
but-
don't think he cares what Aunt Paul says. I don't think he's buying it.
Let's look on the flip side of that discussion. He said that one of his people got taken out and has 4 kids. Maybe it's not, hey, vengeance for vengeance. Maybe he's starting to wonder if this whole war is going to be worth
it cost?
it. He's just one of his guys trying to take out Arthur, by the way, not trying to take out Tommy. One of his guys trying to take out Arthur lost their lives and 4 kids. How many of his guys are... Well, his
I know what
guy, one of the guys, and he has 4 kids, or now without a father. And I'm wondering if Luca's thinking, look, if we take out Tommy, that's one guy, this whole thing can be done. If we try to take out everybody, how many of my men am I going to lose in the process? And is it worth sacrificing the life of all these men just for Tommy? Because right now we have the 2 at the funeral, which we're
I'd be
hired.
surprised if Arthur would stand down if Tommy got taken out, regardless of who says it's okay.
Yeah, right.
even
But
if
if
Paul
if
tried to
Paul
make that
and
deal.
Linda are kind of saying, hey, look, if Tommy gets taken out, let's just end this. But yeah, I agree with you, because I think, look, Arthur, now he's lost his younger brother and he's lost another brother. You'd think he'd want vengeance, but also maybe they think, look, we got to this is going to be you soon. And you've got a child now. You have Finn there. You have everybody else. And look, I think this is the brilliance of the writing is it creates these sort of discussions where you can go back and forth. You have 3.5 seasons now of history and knowing these characters and their nuances and the ins and outs that you can use as your kind of foundations for these sort of discussions. But at the end of the day, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We do not, but hey, we know that another episode is coming and we cannot wait to get for it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this as much as we are. God, this is awesome. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave Damone, that's Mason Quinn.
Hey.
I'm, of course, the answer. We'll catch you on the next one, pals.